Is the Boston Celtics roster about to undergo a seismic shift? With the trade deadline looming, whispers of potential moves are swirling, and the stakes couldn't be higher as we chart a path toward the playoffs. Imagine the impact of a key addition that could elevate our title chase. Stick around as we dive into the rumors and insights that could reshape our beloved team's future. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop with all things Celtics. Chai Tuzor, trade deadline is just around the corner, and for us Boston Celtics fans, it's crunch time. After a rough stretch, where we went 13-10 since December 7th, our Celtics are still hanging in there, just 4.5 games behind the Cavaliers for the top seed in the East. The good news? There's still plenty of time left in the season to make a statement. But the question looms. What moves will our front office make to ensure we're in the conversation for another deep playoff run? Now let's talk about the landscape of the league. The Oklahoma City Thunder are sitting pretty with the best record in the league, and their star, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is playing at an MVP level. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks are surging with their own all-star duo in Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. They're not just competing, they're making noise. It's clear that the East is a battleground this year, and we need to be at our best. So, what does that mean for our beloved Celtics? Well, we've seen some signs of struggle lately, but that doesn't mean we should throw in the towel. We have the talent. We just need to find the right pieces to complement it. The Celtics have shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been our Achilles heel. As we approach the deadline, I can't help but think about whether we need to shake things up a bit. Do we need to add a veteran presence to our roster? Or perhaps a dynamic scorer that can take the pressure off Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? There have been rumblings about potential moves, and I'm curious about how aggressive the front office will be. Are we looking to acquire a star, or will the focus be on depth? Personally, I'm torn. On one hand, I want to see us go all in and make a splash. But on the other, there's something to be said for building chemistry with the current squad. Do we risk disrupting the flow we've built? Or is a bold move necessary to elevate us to contender status? And let's not forget about the Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Both teams are formidable threats. The Bucks have been rumored to be in the market for a third star, potentially shaking things up in the East. Meanwhile, the Cavs have hit a rough patch, but they remain a powerhouse. With them stumbling, now may be the perfect time for us to capitalize on their struggles and assert ourselves as the top team in the conference. But that requires the right moves from our front office, and I'm anxious to see how they handle it. As we look ahead, I urge all Celtic fans to keep an eye on the trade deadline. I want to hear from you. What do you think we need to do to position ourselves for success? Should we go after a big name, or do we trust our existing core to get the job done? The debate is real, and your opinions matter. For me, the key is balance. We need to find that sweet spot between making a significant move and nurturing our current talents. We cannot afford to be complacent, yet we shouldn't panic either. The stakes are high, and every decision made at this point can ripple through the rest of the season. This is our moment to shine, and I want us to take it. With the NBA trade deadline approaching, the Boston Celtics are making headlines, and it seems they might be considering a shakeup. Reports indicate that the Celtics are open to trading Jaden Springer, a young guard who joined the team midway through the 2023-24 season. At just 22 years old, Springer has shown promise, particularly with his defensive abilities, but his contributions on the offensive end have been minimal, averaging only 1.9 points and 1.0 rebounds across 6.1 minutes of play. Now, let's be honest here. This isn't an earth-shattering move, but it does raise some interesting questions about the direction the Celtics are heading. The Celtics are stacked with talent, and they have the luxury of making strategic moves that can bolster their already competitive roster. Is trading Springer the right call? Personally, I'm torn. On one hand, the Celtics need to make decisions that align with their championship ambitions, and Springer, despite being a solid defender, hasn't made a significant impact on the court. On the other hand, he's still young, and you can't overlook the potential he has to develop into a contributor. In discussions about what the Celtics should pursue in a trade, Kevin O'Connor has suggested that targeting a big man could be beneficial for the team. That makes sense considering the depth in the front court could use a boost. The Celtics have been dominant, but even the best teams can find areas to improve. However, the question remains, what kind of player can they realistically bring in? For someone like Springer, it's clear that many players would be interested in joining the Celtics, especially as reigning champions. But will other teams see enough value in Springer to give up a quality player? The Celtics have a reputation for being a strong franchise, but trades aren't just about talent. They're also about fit and how a player can mesh with the existing roster. Fans are likely already speculating about the potential moves the front office might make. And there's a lot riding on these decisions. Every trade can shape not just the immediate future of the team, but also the long-term vision. The Celtics have championship aspirations, and every move must be scrutinized through that lens. As passionate fans, we crave success, and every trade whispers possibilities of what could be. Do we continue to develop young talent like Springer, or do we leverage that potential for an established player who can contribute right away? It's a tricky balance. Honestly, I think the Celtics front office has to be careful here. They must weigh the immediate benefits of a trade against the potential long-term payoff of keeping a young player who could grow into a crucial part of the team. And let's not forget the emotional aspect of this. Every player on the roster represents a piece of our hopes and dreams as fans. Seeing someone like Springer, who's shown flashes of potential, traded away can be disheartening. Yet, if it helps the team win, we'll all rally behind the decision. So, Celtics Nation, what do you think? Is trading Springer the right path? Should we be looking to make a bigger splash before the deadline? Or is it more prudent to hold on to our assets and allow our young players to develop? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter, and they help shape the conversation we have as a community of fans. As we navigate these trade rumors and speculate on what's to come, remember to stay engaged. Hit that like button if you're excited for what's ahead. Share this video with your fellow Celtics fans, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest news. Also, activate that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let's keep this conversation going, and together, we'll cheer on our Celtics as they make these pivotal decisions.